We're going to focus on the season that was for the Centennial girls basketball team. They are very coordinated in their dress, unlike the two of us. Yeah. Looking good, ladies. Joining us this evening, Sara Stapleton, Taylor McAulay, Sarah Lavell, and Jodi Anderson from left to right. How's everyone doing?
Good, good.
Oh, good, good. Me too. Let's start with the thing that we talked about way too much during the season, and we're going to talk about it just to get it out of the way right away. Sara, your injury. When it happened, and what you and maybe some of your teammates can chime in with what they were thinking when it happened.
Yeah, well, it actually happened the day before our first practice and a day after my signing day. So it was pretty disappointing, and it was a tough time to go through that, but they were definitely there the whole time supporting me and helping me get through the process. So.
All right, I'll ask one. Taylor, what were you thinking when you found out at practice that next day?
Honestly, the first thought that came to my head was our season was over. I remember very vividly being in the bathroom with Sarah Lavell crying with our coach, but no, she came back and we turned it around.
Well, and you guys played really well before she came back, and I think that was one of the most exciting things for me. Sara, for you, it resulted in a lot more time on the floor, I imagine, a lot more responsibility in the post. Take me through how you were able to embrace that.
Well, I knew that I had big shoes to fill, literally, but also I just knew that we just had to keep building as a team. It gave other girls more opportunities too, so I knew if I had a bad game, someone else was there to pick me up, so we worked well together.
And at what point, I mean, any three of you can answer this while she's sitting on the bench still, at what point did you think, we're okay, you know, we're doing fine, we're competing with teams, we're getting wins?
It took a while.
Took a while?
Yeah, definitely more to the middle of the year. We finally figured out that we can do it without her, but it'd be nice to have her.
Well, and you got her back, so let's jump back to that point in the season. Sara, when you came back, what was it like for you?
It was a great feeling. I had worked so hard with my physical therapy, and then I was finally able to get back. And very soon after that, I got to score my 1,000th point, so that was really fun. Yeah.
Who else got 1,000 points this season?
Taylor.
Taylor? All right, that sounds pretty good.
2,000 points, 2 chairs right there. Jodi, we'll come to the end for you. I mean, we talk a lot about this adversity, and we've got 3 seniors sitting here who have been through a lot of really good seasons with this team. As an underclassman, what did you have to do, and how did you look up to these 3 and the other leaders on your team to help push you guys through to that middle point in the season that Taylor was talking about, where you guys finally kind of knew that you guys were going to be okay?
Mm-hmm. Well, I just think that they're really good leaders, and just they're setting a good example, always being positive with the team, and it really helped pick everybody else up. Even if you didn't have a really good game or anything, you just got to keep playing and look forward to the next game.
Your guys' style of play, too, is something that I think lends itself a lot to how good you guys can be, pressuring on defense, getting up and running with some pace as well. How long did that take to kind of get used to, knowing, as you've been a part of the program, but knowing that with a bigger role, you'd be a bigger part of that? When did you kind of feel comfortable, rolling into that pace of play that you guys work with?
It took some time. I like playing fast, and
yeah.
It just helped getting into things, and playing fast at that pace is good.
Is that why so many of you are on the cross-country team, right? You and Sarah Lavell are both on
Yep.
cross-country, right?
Yeah.
And Taylor? No.
Do you not enjoy running
Yeah,
at all?
she didn't seem to want to
If
run.
it's not on the basketball court, you're not going to be running. Okay, we got it.
Have fun at Drake.
Yeah, they do these relays, I hear. Yeah.
Let's jump into the postseason. Section run went pretty well. You guys get yourselves to state, and you finish in 3rd place overall. The 3rd place game to me seems like such a tough game to play with the disappointment that you're coming off of, but you got the victory there. Tell me about that, finishing the season on a winning note. Sara, you want to start?
Yeah. Well, I mean, after losing to Hopkins, we had to just keep our heads up because they're such a good team, and we knew it would help us improve for the next game. So we were all ready and pumped up for our 3rd place game because 3rd is still a good place to get in state, obviously. So we just went out there, and right away we made some big moves, and we just knew from then on that we had the game and we were ready. Yeah.
Taylor, you go back to that first round game. Obviously, you get to state, you've got that joy of winning the section and being there. What was the biggest thing in your guys' favor that put you over the top in that game and kept you guys rolling in the winner's bracket into those semifinals against Hopkins?
We definitely just had the want. We hadn't been to state since our 8th grade year, so I think just the desire to keep playing and not wanting their season to be done. Sarah and I have been playing together for 9 years, so I don't think we really want that to end fast.
Sarah, for you, favorite moment from the state tournament? First game, third game? I'm guessing not the second game, probably.
No, not. I mean, like there's good things to learn from losses against Hopkins, especially. There's such great players on that team. But honestly, I enjoyed every minute there. I enjoyed walking into the barn, even leaving the barn against the second game. It was fine, but it's just like to have the entire experience was incredible.
Jodi, you gave us a little piece of information when you filled out your questionnaire. Friday night games. What are you guys doing after Friday night games that you marked down as one of the highlights?
We always go to Misono or Applebee's, and we all just hang out and have fun there.
Half price apps, right?
Yep,
What do you
that's
get? What's the must get for you when you're in that situation?
At Misono, I always get fried rice.
Okay,
It's really good.
all right.
Is
It's
that
a
an
little
app?
off the board. Hey, if you eat it beforehand, it's an app.
She's paying full price, that's all.
That's a good point.
We got 3 seniors up here, and all of you are going to be playing basketball next year collegiately, right?
Mm-hmm.
You signed, you talked about it.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Taylor, you're going to Drake. And Sarah, St. Kate's,
Yep.
correct?
Sarah, what was that like? You mentioned it was right after you signed
Yeah.
that you get this injury. What was that like from the Wisconsin side of things as far as the support that they gave you and kind of sticking with you through that process?
Yeah, I remember having to call up the head coach and let him know what happened. And it was pretty emotional for me, obviously. But he was really supportive the whole time, and he encouraged me and hope for me to get better soon so I could get back on the court.
Taylor, what are you looking forward to about Des Moines and Drake and what you're going to be able to do there?
Everything. I love the team and the coaches, so just the whole experience being there and being able to play in college and then be on such a good team too is just exciting.
And Sarah, you're not playing super far away like these ladies, all 4 or
Right.
5 hours away.
Right.
Speak to me about St. Kate's and what you're excited about in the MIAC.
I'm just excited that like as this chapter of Centennial basketball closes, like I get to keep playing next year and for years to come. So it's just nice to always have that.
And then
Jodi, Sarah just mentioned it. I mean, this is one chapter that closes. You'll be back next year as a part of whatever the next chapter is. What do you think is in store next for Cougars basketball? Again, we've talked about a couple programs here with high bars of success. You guys have set that bar pretty high. What's next year?
A lot of our underclassmen, we just got to all step up next year. We got a lot of big shoes to fill, and we just got to stay positive for next season and just be ready for anything.
Well, this season was a lot of fun to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed every second of it. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we go back over to the desk here on the winter season finale.
Woo-hoo!